The Peak District, a Cthulhu short story. The Peak District National Park was a place of unspeakable horror and madness. It was a vast and ancient land where the secrets of the cosmos lurked in every corner. It was a land where the laws of nature were twisted and defied, where the boundaries between reality and nightmare were blurred. Jack and Henry had ventured into the park, driven by a morbid curiosity and a reckless ambition. They were scholars of the occult, seeking to uncover the mysteries of the dark forces that dwelled in the park. They had heard rumors of ancient ruins, hidden cults, and eldritch creatures that haunted the park. They had rented a car and driven to the park from London, armed with maps, books, and flashlights. They had parked their car at a remote village and followed a trail that led them to the dark peak, the most dreaded land feature in the park. It was an area of desolate moorland, covered with heath and bog. It was also known for its bizarre rock formations, such as Stanage Edge, where they hoped to find some clues. They walked for hours, feeling a growing sense of dread and unease. They saw no signs of life, except for some crows and rats. They heard no sounds, except for the wind and their own footsteps. They felt no warmth, except for their own breath.
"Are you sure this is the right way?"
Henry asked nervously.
Of course I'm sure. I've studied these maps for months. We're almost there.
Jack replied confidently.
"And what exactly are we looking for?"
The truth. The ultimate truth. The truth that lies beyond this mundane world. The truth that only the chosen ones can see.
"And how do you know we're chosen?"
Because we have the courage to seek it. Because we have the vision to perceive it. Because we have the will to face it.
Or maybe we're just fools.
Don't say that. Don't doubt yourself. We're on the verge of a great discovery. A discovery that will change everything.
They reached Stanage Edge, a long and steep cliff that rose above the moor. They climbed up the rocks, hoping to get a better view of the surroundings. They were shocked by what they saw. They saw a vast and terrible landscape, where the sky was dark and stormy, where the hills were jagged and barren, where the valleys were filled with mist and shadows. They saw strange shapes and colors that defied their eyes and minds. They saw things that should not exist.
What is this?"
This is it. This is what we've been looking for. This is the hidden reality. This is the cosmic horror.
It's horrible. It's terrifying. It's beautiful.
Yes. Yes, it is.
They realized too late that they had entered a realm of cosmic horror where they were insignificant and helpless. They realized too late that they had awakened something that had slumbered for eons. They realized too late. They realized too late that they had doomed themselves. They heard a loud and terrible roar that shook the earth and the sky. They turned around and saw it rise from the depths of the moor. It was a colossal and unspeakable thing, a thing of tentacles and eyes, a thing of scales and claws, a thing of madness and death. It was a thing that no human could comprehend or survive. It was Cthullu.
God help us!"
Henry cried.
There is no God here. There is only Cthullu.
Jack said. They felt a surge of fear and awe, of despair and ecstasy. They felt their minds shatter and their souls burn. They felt Cthulhu's gaze upon them, and they knew they were doomed. Henry screamed as Cthulhu reached for him with his tentacles. He screamed as he lifted them up to his mouth. He screamed as he devoured them. He screamed until he was no more. Jack was the only one who survived. He watched in horror as Cthulhu devoured Henry, his best friend and fellow scholar. He felt a pang of guilt and grief, but also a strange sense of relief. He had escaped the fate of his friend, but at what cost? He ran back to the trail, hoping to find his way back to the car. He had no map, no book, no flashlight. He had nothing but his memories and his madness. He had seen things that no human should see, things that haunted his mind and soul. He reached the car after what seemed like an eternity. He got in and started the engine. He drove away from the park, away from the horror, away from the truth. He drove back to London, back to his home, back to his life. But he knew he could never go back. I have harnessed the shadows that stride from world to sow death and madness.